everyone, and welcome back to Mom Life Moments. If you're new and watching, I'm Shia. Thank you so much for stopping in. I hope you like what you see and decide to stick around. So this is, believe it or not, going to be a plan with me video. I am going to be switching the angle to an overhead view. I just wanted to come on and greet you first. So thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you like what you see. Decide to like my video, leave some comments below, and subscribe to my channel. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get into it, and I want to share with you what I've got going on. All right, y'all, so we are going to be working today out of this planner, which is Happy Planner, and it is actually also freaking planned. It's a little different than what I showed you all I was going to be doing with the Wonder Seeker planner, which is set up with the line and vertical lines. That planner, believe it or not, is actually not even in here. So I've gotten things a little different from how I initially intended to do with this planner, but I will let you see what I got going on in here in a minute. So I'm going to actually be planning out of this with you all, and it's going to be using the teacher planner. This is something that's new for me on my channel. It's new in general for me. I've never used a teacher planner before. Am I a teacher? I am not. However, I have 5 children, and I was inspired by the setup that I've seen used in a few other creators' videos and pictures on Instagram, using it for other reasons, and it's phenomenal how the setup actually works and how well it's going to work for me. I cannot wait to show you. So before we get into that, I did want to just show you all what I've done with my influencer and business planner so far for the month of August. So it's starting off pretty rocky for me in my influencer and business planner. I have nothing here at all. My first week was empty altogether. Like, I did nothing on my first week. And so I was saying that I probably will go back in here and do a little practice with doing lettering. Then I did go ahead and I also did upload and post this snapshots of what this spread here looks like on my Instagram page, which is also Mom Life Moments, link below. And this is what I decided to set up. So what I haven't mentioned is the factor that as of today, which is Monday, August 5th, I plan to close my Etsy shop for a while, and so will no longer be open for sales until further notice. I plan to make some improvements and a lot of changes to my Etsy shop, or whatever have you. And so definitely just stay tuned to see what may be changing, what will be happening, but definitely want to also let you know that you will not be able to actually make purchases from my shop at this time for now. So I have this here, and that was this week in this planner. I still love the setup. However, there is a small part of me that wishes I would have purchased the what is it called? What is that planner that came out? The academic planner instead of the horizontal for this specific reason I had this planner. I just think it would have worked so much better. Put that to the side. Okay. So on to what we are doing this week in my life planner. So this is they're all life planners that I'm using that are Erin Condren, but this life planner kind of like, it's like for life for me. It's like home life, personal life planning. And it's a freaking planner also, which I have videos showing that, and this is not the first time I've shown this planner. And so last week, as you can see, I did a video on it, so you should have seen that. If not, then you can go look at it after you finish watching this video. But this is what I decided to do for this week in this planner, y'all. I did pen and highlighter only. Reason being is because I feel like if I would have been waiting to do a plan with me video and laying stickers down to start my planning for the week in this planner, it would have been Wednesday or Thursday before I did any planning at all. And I feel like out of what's smart for me to be productive, it was smarter for me to go ahead and get my plans in here using pen and highlighter only than to sit there and wait and procrastinate and then end up messing up my productivity for the entire week. So I did a pen only spread. Now, out of doing the pin only spread in this planner, I loved how it turned out. I think it is so pretty, and it doesn't even need any stickers. So I feel like for the month of August, I may, don't quote me on that, I may do pin only spreads for the majority of the month. So we have two more full weeks in the month of August. I'm going to do at least one more pin only spread for the month of August, and I will film a plan with me on that one. If you're wondering what happened to my finger, I cut it on a knife when I was trying to open a bag because I was not practicing safety. But that's what happened there, if you're wondering. But I really love how this is set up. It's similar to how I do when I actually use stickers, except for it's, you know, separated by the highlighter and the pen instead. So this is my section where I put my meals for dinner. This is my absolute to-dos that are for these specific days, Monday through Sunday. This is my grocery. I feel like I should have put shopping instead of grocery, and I wish I could have or would have done that, but I didn't, so whatever. So I put groceries right here, which actually I did most of the purchases for that today. I have to go back probably a little later this week and do some more. And then here I put my to-do list. I put my morning routine on the side here, and then I have a tracker that I made that turned out horribly, but I wasn't going to go back over it with whiteout or anything. I just left it. But this is a routine tracker to see how many days I actually follow my morning routine out of this week. But this is how this turned out. I love it. I think it's super cute. And so, oh, and let's see here. Sometimes I do plans. So I didn't finish this. I was gone out of the house most of the day on Saturday. I had a funeral that I had to go to, and then we went to the Universal Soul Circus that night with the kids. Sunday was kind of just like a chill day. I may go back and fill it in with something. I don't know. This is this week, and I plan to do a pin only week here also. And this is what I've gotten so far, and I wrote this wrong. This is supposed to be 11. I could not think of it. But I'm making 11 bean soup tonight for dinner, and it's currently on the stove. The beans are boiling in the pot with the ham hock, and God, y'all, it smells so good. I cannot wait to eat it. Still a few hours left to go before it'll be ready, but it smells so good. I cannot wait. So I'll be doing pin only on the daily planning that I do out of my hourly Erin Condren this week also. All right, so let's go ahead and get into what we're actually here for today, which is planning out, or at least showing you, decorating, and explaining to you what I am doing in the teacher planner for Happy Planner. Like, what are you doing with this planner, Shia? Why do you have a Happy Planner? Didn't you say you were like totally against Happy Planner? What happened? All right, so am I totally against Happy Planner? No, I never said that. However, I did say that they do too much, and I can't live my life like that, which is very true. Which is why the planners that I have that are Happy Planner are super simple. They aren't extra decorated. They don't have a whole bunch going on the pages that where I can't be creative and decorate how I want to when I want to. Teacher's Planner I put in here is actually perfect for me to set up like my household, like tracking for my children, as it pertains to being on top of them and making sure that I am being a good, I don't know what the word that I'm looking for is, but like making sure that I'm being efficient in parenting my children. And so I haven't really thought so much about what I want to do, like with the calendar. My thoughts when the school year starts are that I'm going to make sure that the calendar is filled in based off of the calendar for the school year, which I am going to print out a couple of times. I'm going to put it in this planner and my life planner, but then I'm going to go back in here and fill out, you know, where things are for whatever the case may be, like intern reports, report cards, days out of school, such and such, on and on like that. So that's what I'll be putting on this part of the planner. August is still summertime. There's a couple of things that I do probably need to write in here, and I will. All right, so let me show y'all how I am going to be completing the summer in this planner. So again, this is Franken Plan. My wellness planner is in the back. I just did a plan with me on that, so you know what that looks like. And then I have some sections with note pages in it that I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with yet. But my wellness planner is back here. I'm not going to go through that because you know what it looks like. And if you don't, there is a video that shows it on my channel. So this was a mock plan. I did this probably on Thursday or Friday of the week last week. So it was on the 1st or the 2nd of August. And I love how it turned out. So the only sticker, now this is likely going to change. I may do a little bit more decorating on this, but not very much. The only sticker decoration that I did was these boxes here from the Colorful Boxes, the original Colorful Boxes from Happy Planner. And then I filled them in. I did my in quote lettering with what little skill I have. I did my lettering here for the categories, and then as I've seen again on other folks YouTube videos and Instagram photos, snapshots that they've taken of how they set up their teacher planner. I use a similar setup where I changed it where the dates are typically here, and I'll show you that. I put them across the top instead, which makes more sense to me if I'm looking at it from a 7-day standpoint versus a school week 5-day standpoint. But down here I put in the row the 5 different categories. It says, so my first category is events. This will be for like appointments, things that are events. For instance, last week my children went to their moms throughout the week, and then my kids went to their dads for the weekend. So I put that there. And another thing, for instance, it was tax-free weekend. That's an event, I think. So I put that there. Universal Circus, we went there. My daughter had an appointment. Those type of things. That kind of like basically kind of really brings it full circle with the things that I put in. And so I'll be using that category for events the rest of the month as well as into the school year. I have a section for chores, which I have separated by kid. And so I have all my kids' names set by a chore, which it'll be their chores to do for the week when it's underneath their specific name. And then I have these 2 blocks over here, which would usually just be Saturday and Sunday, that I've instead separated by, these are chores that everyone are responsible for. And that'll be just listed here in these last 2 blocks. The next section that I have is educational activities. So this is probably going to be, when the school year starts, educational and extracurricular activities. So for the summer, for this week, again, I didn't really have the kids with me, and this was just a mock plan spread. I didn't want to leave it blank, and I just wanted to add something. I had enough space to write reading, and so I put that in. If they don't do anything else, they do read throughout the summer. So that's what they're doing. I actually do plan to have them doing some summer educational activity books for the rest of the month, so that they can kind of get their mindset back right for when school actually begins. At least 4 or 5 times a week to have them doing that. And from what I've seen, where you can buy them on Amazon, you can buy them from places like Barnes & Noble. This store that we have is kind of like a warehouse store, sorta, not really, but sorta. It's called Ollie's, and they have them on sale where you would typically pay like $20 a book. They're like $3 in there. So I plan to go there and get some of them for the kids who I actually can find them for. And then I will possibly look up and print off some activities for the older children. I have a kid that's in 6th grade and a kid that's going to the 7th grade. So I also have a kid that's going to the 3rd grade, 5th grade, and in the 1st grade. And so if you know of anything that I could do for my kids that are going to the 6th and 7th grade, and maybe even the 5th grade for that matter, please let me know. What activity books do you use? Do you know of anything that I can use that is beneficial to them but is free? If it's online, please link that below for me. Let me know. All right, so this category here is going to be where I track my daughter's type 1 diabetes management, which is basically going to be me tracking her blood glucose readings, what time I took the reading and what the reading was. And I may not do this real time because she's not always with me, but I can always go back in her meter and check. And when the school year starts, the nurse sends her home with the basically a recap of the day for everything that happened. So I'll have the space here to do that. And then at the very bottom, this is going to be trackers. I will be putting a AM routine, a PM routine tracker, among other trackers for the children down here at the bottom. I may do like a cleaning tracker for them where, you know, with tracking per day is basically how they're getting their allowance or whatever the case may be. I've never actually put them on receiving allowance. It's something that I may explore as the month goes on with them to see how it works out. It's nothing wrong in my book with giving your kids some incentive to want to do their very best. I mean, we work not for free. We work because we get paid. So I got somebody at my door. I'll be right back. So I had to go answer the door, came back and realized that I had some extra stuff over here in the corner completely showing, and definitely didn't mean to have that in the video. However, I've taken it out now. Sorry about that. I know it's easier to kind of stay focused on what's going on when there aren't a whole bunch of distractions cluttered around. So I'm sorry about that. All right, so that's basically what's going to be in here. And the way that I have separated it to fit 2 different planners in here is I am only putting the first 9 weeks of school at a time. So 9 weeks of school at a time, because our children get their report cards every 9 weeks. While I can't do that literally, I can put in, you know, approximately that. The first 9 weeks ends the beginning of November. And so I put all of November in here. But when November begins, then I will take this out and then I will put the next 9 weeks in here. And so on as the school year goes on. So we'll do that. So I just wanted to show you quickly how I plan to set up the next week in here, which is this week that we're currently on. And I'm going to do it very similar to what we did last week. I do have all of the children this week, and so there are some things that I do want to be more precise about that I didn't have to last week, because again, it was a mock plan. And so what I'm going to do first is go ahead and white out all of this, all of the dates and everything, because I don't need that. So for this week, I'm going to be a little different. I am going to go ahead, let me put the dates at the top. So I can do that now. And so y'all, I took a whole bunch of the Happy Planner sticker books that I had and I gave them away. But I did take out the stickers that were inside of them that I wanted first. And one of them was the Brights sticker book. And this is a lot of stickers from out the Bright sticker book, and also stickers from out of the journaling sticker book. So I'm going to see if I can find some stickers that will look good out of this here for the way I plan to set this up. So I'm going to use my categories out of the stickers that are in the Farmhouse sticker book. I found some really, really cute ones that would go super well in it. And it's actually enough to where I could use it for multiple weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I had all of these, this would be enough for 2 weeks. But then I have another sheet of the same stickers that could have also been enough for this actually is enough for 2 weeks here. And so yeah, that's this is definitely something you can use for that if you're trying to figure out like what you can use to cover it up. That's a really good idea. Super good idea. Now I just put my categories inside of that. I think that's super pretty. Let me see, where are my tweezers? Okay, so that is done. And I think that looks pretty good. I wish that there were some different colors here, not this bright yellow. That kind of throws it off just a tad bit, but I am going to work with it. And then it's gonna be okay. So let's just go ahead and date it. And so we're looking at the 5th, starting off. So I think I could use some stickers for that too. Okay, these will work. These will work fine. So starting with the 5th. And one more time, I will be right back, guys. All right, so I'm back and I've gotten all of the stickers laid down thus far that I plan to put down. And so we're just going to use the same categories that we did last week: events, chores, educational activities, Maya's T1D management, and trackers. So I'm going to just write this down, and it has to be pretty small to fit inside. So we're just gonna write this down with some small writing. So we have events, then we have chores, and then we have educational activities, then we have Maya, management, and we have trackers. All right, so I have those categories there, and this is the events. So I do know that at 12:30 on Friday, my son has his orthopedic appointment, and so I'm gonna write that in. And that's at 12:30. And so Sunday is going to be a beach day for us. So I'm going to write that in also. Lord willing, it won't rain. All right, then chores. So here I need to locate a ruler. All right, so here, let me see, did I even do all of that? I did. We're just gonna put here we're gonna put the kids' names, and they're gonna be from age oldest to youngest. I didn't do that last week, but I was just playing around. So we're gonna go from oldest to youngest, and so Rodney, Isaac, I'm so used to not taking the pages out now. I know you all are probably wondering why she's why she folding it over and flipping it instead of taking the pages out. Because I've used Erin Condren for so long now, I'm just used to flipping it over. I don't know. I'm not down with the extra work at this moment in life. Maya and Jeremiah. All right, so I'm gonna do something a little bit different than what I did last week. As I said, we're going to start working on moving into possibly getting them some allowances secured. So that being said, this ruler's not doing what I needed to do. All right, so we're gonna start working on getting them some allowances for, you know, what they're doing. Before I was interrupted on this video before, what I was saying is that we don't, you know, I find it just fine to reward the kids with allowance when they are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Some people may disagree, and I'm okay with that, but I believe that it is okay to reward them when they do the right thing, when they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So that's what we're planning on doing. It may not be big, at least not starting off, but it's something we can definitely work towards. What's fitting for them, what we can afford, and you know, what's right for their age range. And it's all gonna go, of course, in along with responsibility, and it's going to span beyond just chores. So these are the trackers, and we'll be putting it here. And then I'll have more trackers that go at the bottom. But these trackers are specifically for chores. And I'm gonna probably come back with a video just explaining how my system for allowance and chores is working and what we decided to do for it. I'll probably come back in a few weeks and let you know how that's going for us. I think that would be interesting to update you all on. So what do you all do well, first and foremost, do you all have an allowance plan, allowance system that you all work off of with your kids? And if you do, what do you do for allowance with them? And this is going to be based off of 7 days. So it's 7 lines down, and so each box will be for 1 day. And it'll just get a mark in it, or a check, or a highlight, or something like that for each day that they basically do their chores like they're supposed to do them. They get free days, whatever the case may be. This section right here is the everyone chore section. And here I can already tell you laundry is going here. And let's see, what else did I do here last week? I won't do that this week. I will put bedrooms. That was supposed to be a K. I don't know what I was writing. Keep bedrooms tidy. Make beds. And I don't know exactly how I'm going to do their actual chores for the week just yet. Their individual chores. So I'm going to leave that blank for the time being. Maya and Isaac are still with their dad. And so they probably are coming back tomorrow, so I'm going to put that here. Kids with dad. Kids with their dad. And they're probably going to come back on tomorrow. If they're not, then I could just put another arrow. And I'm okay with that. So educational activity for this week. Let's see. So probably on Friday is when I'll pick up the activity books, and I'll probably have them start that day. So summer activity. And again, if you all know anything that I can use for rising 5th, 6th, and 7th graders, please, please, please let me know. And here we're just going to put reading. Read. And then we'll do it again here. All right, so there's that. And then Maya's management, again, it needs to be separated the same way. And again, I will just go back and fill this back in. So line going all the way across, and then one through the middle for her. That was off. Okay, and then we have to do one through the middle of each day. Hope that's not terribly off center. I think I'm doing okay. All right, and then couple more days. We're trying to get her moved over into a continual glucose meter and also moved over into a pump If you don't know, if you've not been following me, my daughter is a type 1 diabetic, and it's a difference between type 1 diabetics and type 2 diabetics. Type 1 diabetics is more so not what they've done to cause themselves to, you know, have issues with their insulin being produced. It's more so of, it's a part of them, whether it be hereditary. For our instance, my daughter on her father's side does have an autoimmune diseases running through their family. Not on my side, but no one really has diabetes, so she's the first one with that. So I'm just going to write time and blood glucose, BG, on all of these. One more. All right, so all of those are done. And the only thing I need to do outside of that is fill in the trackers. And so this is going to be more so used with school beginning again, because it's going to be like a morning routine and a night routine for their trackers. And so I'm going to do that. I'll probably will track a few other things in here, but I'm not especially certain exactly what yet, and so I'm just going to leave that blank for now. I got to think about it a little bit more. But this is practically what we're going to be doing with this planner for the school year, and even through the summer for that matter. As you can see, it's like really working. I love it. I love the setup. I love how I can tweak it and do little things here and there differently to just make it work for myself, as you can with any planner. But this one, for this specific reason, to use it this specific way, is just bomb. I love it. I'm glad that I saw those videos with how people were using it, and I'm glad I thought to use it this way for my life. So let me know what you think about how I'm using this and how I've got it set up for the week of the 5th of August, or in general for that matter. Again, if you know of any of those school activity books for the age ranges, again, for uprising 5th, 6th, and 7th graders, please let me know. I'd be more than glad to look into it. Happy to look into it. Thankful for your input and looking into it. I am going to have a couple of videos coming out in the near future as it pertains to how I'm doing their chores / allowance. So if you want to see that video or videos like that, please let me know in the comments below. But thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you more than you know. Again, before you leave out on this video, if you didn't know your way in, I hope you consider liking it, subscribing to my channel, setting your notification bell, and again, give me some feedback. Give me some comments below. Thanks again for watching, guys, and until the next time, bye.